Okay. Much, much better. So, I, Jessica, I don't know if you'll find your way back to me or not. And I don't even know if anybody will find their way to this live stream while it's occurring because I was running a separate program in order to record it so that I could use excerpts from it. And I kind of botched the whole thing. So I closed that down and reopened this so that I wouldn't be so confused um, trying to watch a couple of different things at the same time. So, what I want to start this, so I this live stream is going to be about how everything is in divine will, how all of the things that are occurring right now are in divine will. Even the virus, when that came up in at the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020, that was in divine will. My understanding at that time was that the virus itself was in divine will, and it was meant to shake people up so that they would start waking up to who they are and the possibilities that exist inside of them. The vaccines that came afterwards were not created in divine will, but were meant to hinder um, what was occurring through the virus being active, being here. So, what actually happened was that when the virus came, it created lockdowns and people had to stay at home and some were still getting paid and some weren't and but everybody had to well they had more free time. So in that free time that everybody had, they started um, doing more than just getting up and going to work and coming home and feeding the kids and going to sleep. They started looking into more things and they had more times for themselves. And a lot of YouTube channels were created during that time. People who were on their YouTube channels, they were talking about spirituality or religion, um, crafts, etc. And so they were discovering a way of being that was outside of the norm, outside of what we had been taught for all of our lives, that you have to get a job, a regular job, and you have to go to work. And this is the way that you have to make your money. So when the virus occurred, it created opportunities for people to start um, seeing and experiencing that they didn't need to do things the way that they had been done in the past. So, in order to wake up and to start experiencing more of the miracles and the magic of life, we have to have time for ourselves. We have to um, have that space where we can be with our own thoughts. And if your focus every day is on getting up and going to work and then coming home and taking care of the family or whatever it is that you have to do after you get off of work, then that leaves maybe the weekends where you can have time for yourself and focus on what's going on inside. So a very busy schedule means that there's very little time for self-reflection. And when the virus came on, it created that opportunity for more self-reflection. So that was in divine will. So when the vaccines came out, the vaccines were meant to stop um, people from experiencing more of that spirituality inside of themselves. So, not judging one or the other either way, um, but that was my understanding at that time. So, a lot of people, um, probably the vast majority of people, saw the virus as a very negative and deadly thing. And though did create a lot of difficulties for a lot of people, it was in divine will so that we would have this opportunity. So with that said, that's what I want to open with. But what I want to do is to read you a message that I had received um, several years ago, like almost a decade ago. So it is from uh, the Council of Thoth, Thoth, and then there's an E on it on the end of that. So it is not the Egyptian deity, but it is from that um, consciousness. So they are the wisdom keepers. So what they say is, we understand that this life can be painful, but with all its pain and sorrow, there is still much beauty to be found and love to be shared. We ask you to go forth and live your life in joy. Let your laughter ring through the air and your smile linger in the minds of those that you shall meet. This is the beginning of a new time where peace will be the prevailer of life. But in the beginning, there is always chaos because it is the natural order of things. So, in the beginning of this great awakening that so much of humanity is going through all around the world, the virus created that extra chaos. Things became very chaotic. But there has to be chaos before there can be order. So, they go on to say, you are the pioneers of this new life. You are setting the standards, paving the way for generations to follow. We understand that the way is not easy, but the rewards of true freedom are many. We are with you always. If you stumble, we will help you up. We tell you now that even in great sorrow, we are with you. Don't give up. Sometimes great pain and sorrow are necessary in order to find the way. This is so because many have become complacent. You have fallen asleep, and we are only trying to wake you up. They go on to say, if this is you, know that you can stop the pain at any time. All that is required is for you to wake up. In the beginning, you may be groggy and uncertain, but we will send you help. We will give you signs to follow. Above and beyond all things, learn to trust in yourself. Learn to trust your own feelings over what others tell you. Yet, be aware of where those feelings are coming from. Do not buy into the dogma and hype that the world is coming to an end. It is simply changing. The only thing that is coming to an end is humanity's deep slumber. It will be the end of the world as you know it, but it is not the end of the world. This process will take several generations to complete. It has already been in the works for several generations. Many of the first wave have already passed from this life. Many of the second wave will also pass. But before the last of the third wave has passed from this earth plane, the fruits of the tree, planted in love and nourished with compassion and faith, shall begin to appear. Some from the third wave have already been born, and they are the forerunners and will have much work to do to secure the way. They go on. Now, this message came in 2016. So they go on to say that as of that date in 2016, the third wave were all under 10 years old. You will know them by their distinct combination of their wisdom and compassion, for one is incomplete without the other. So this is 2025, so 9 years ago, um, they would have all been 10 or under. So 19 years old, 19, 20 years old, and under would be the third wave. And that we would know them by their wisdom and compassion because one is incomplete without the other. We will not speak of psychic gifts in relation to the third wave because humanity has become obsessed with finding their answers by turning to those who have tapped into the ethers. Psychic abilities are the birthright of every human, but you must do the work to have those senses that see, feel, and hear beyond your current reality. Do not use the abilities of others as your crutch, or you may forfeit your opportunity to evolve into the divine being that you are. We do not want you to look for psychic abilities in the third wavers. Rather, we desire that you see them and know them for their high level of wisdom, combined with that compassion. They will need you, they will need your trust and faith in order to complete their mission. So if you know a young person, or if you are that young person um, that is a third waver, then, and you know them because they are very wise for their age and extremely compassionate, and lend them your support. Let us know if you think you're a third waver, and if you have a YouTube channel, we will come over and we'll support you. At least I will. So they go on to say, if you have questions, ask, and the answers what shall be revealed to you. But you must stay aware because the answer does not always come in the form or manner that one expects. Please do not give up. Know that you are not alone. Others have gone before you to pave the way. They too have felt the pain and sorrow. Trust that you will find them, and that when you do, you will feel the sense of belonging. The pain and sorrow and guilt will begin to dissipate as the truth that is buried within you begins to emerge in the presence of those who know and understand who you truly are. So I'm not really sure why I was so compelled to read that. I'm guessing maybe um, someone or will know a third waiver. Maybe that's it. But there is a part in it that pertains to everything being in divine will, and that is the chaos that comes before order. So, in these times, there's a lot of upheaval and a lot of arguing that's going on. And that is the chaos that is here, that we are experiencing before everything falls into place and is in order. I am so I'm just clearing. Okay. I work best in response to questions. I am a responder. Makes it much easier. So if there are any questions, I would love to answer them. So I have a hello from Texas. Your words and voice bring me such peace. Thank you. Thank you. And hello back to you. I believe I saw your comment just the other day, if I'm thinking of the same person. That was such a nice thing. Anyway, so I want to say um, my um, the writing is so tiny, and my eyesight is trying to focus on it. Okay, so what I want to say first is thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel, who have supported me. I am not doing anything with it monetarily at the moment, but it is giving me an outlet to share. And if you spend your entire life hidden in the shadows, it's really hard to step forward and to share. So, um, my friend from Texas, I want to say that I feel, even in your comment previously, I feel that love and support, and as I do for many others. But there was something in your energy that was just extremely loving and supportive. So thank you. Okay, so I'm just, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this live stuff. All right. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to do here is I guess I'm going to open up and to allow some a message and some information to come forward. And it never once crossed my mind that I would be doing this, but as I try to calm myself, that seems to be what is coming across. So I ask for God's guidance and clarity. Lord Jesus Christ, be my watch guard. Guide me and watch over me. This I sincerely pray in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Mm. There, hmm. There are many that we have been speaking with, and most of them, many of them, are semi aware of our conversations with them, but they are confused They are not sure where these thoughts are coming from. So we tell you now that the way that you can be sure where they are coming from. Okay, one moment, please. My apologies. I could hear my dog barking across the yard. Okay. So let me step backwards again so that I don't paraphrase. Or maybe I will paraphrase. So many of you are getting messages now. They're speaking to you, your guidance system. We all have a guidance system. And my personal guidance system is comprised of the Melchizedeks, which are the bringers of peace, Thoth, with an E at the end, which are the wisdom keepers, the Council of Nine, which are higher beings that are watching over humanity as well as other civilizations on other planets. To they are mm, like the Supreme Court, almost. So the Council of Nine is comprised of nine, of course. They have been here and comprised the Council of Nine for millennia, for aeons. So they are very wise and they bring forth information that helps humanity to raise their consciousness. And they are aware of the positive and negative forces, as many humans refer to them as good and evil. And they hold no judgment. They do not sway one way or the other. So that and Jesus, of course, who has been there with me for the entire time, and without his guidance and protection, I would not have made it as far as I have in life. I've had many attacks, and some of them, my surviving them has been pretty miraculous. But we all have our own guidance system, and so your guidance system has been talking to you, and somebody, and I'm guessing if you're not watching this now, you will be. Um, Somebody out there, your guidance system has told you to play. And I think it feels like you recognized it, but you just kind of laughed it off. Maybe thought, oh, yeah, where would I get time for that? If you recognize that, um, that comment, that instruction to play more often, please take it seriously. There is something in it, in that message and the way that it was delivered to you. And if you take time to play, you will open something inside of yourself that is going to allow you more and easier access to your guidance system. So um, so I'm understanding that there's someone else, and no, they're not finished with this person who has been told to play. So um, actually, it might be more than one person. But what they're saying is the old cliche of all work, no play makes you a dull boy or dull girl. Um, so it's an important message. But so if you've been, when your messages are going to come to you, it's going to be in moments where you are doing things that don't require a lot of thought, like washing dishes or doing laundry or working on a car or skateboarding. Skateboarding. So somebody skateboards who has been getting messages because skateboarding is not something I would normally think of. Okay, I'm going to step back. It's important for you to listen to those messages. The time for hesitation has gone. It is imperative that the people who have already started their awakening process step forward. You all have voices that the masses are waiting to hear. Who you are is more than a physical being. These are all concepts that so many of you are already familiar with. We speak now to those who are wisdom keepers and to those who are way showers. Even if you are a way shower in training, you are needed now. There are those who are peacekeepers. Yours is the order of Melchizedek, the bringers of peace. Yet there is no forward movement without those who are wisdom keepers. You know who you are and whether you are a peacekeeper or a wisdom bringer, because as a peacekeeper, your only thought, your only desire is for the world to be at peace, for the people to stop fighting. So much so that it can bring you to tears. You yearn for the time when humanity will embrace each other, when the fighting will stop and the wars will end, when the brother will take care of brother and sister take care of sister, with them. For the wisdom keepers, those who bring wisdom into this lifetime to share with humanity, you know who you are because you simply know. You don't know how you know, but you know. You know the answer to questions, sometimes even before others will ask them. Television, um, your response is, oh, yeah, of course. Doesn't everybody know that? There are concepts of truth and humanity's history that you innately understand. It is for you to bring that information forward. For many of you, it will be difficult to share that information, that understanding that comes deep from inside of you because of one person may think it is because of ridicule, while another may think that no one wants to hear. But in truth, we tell you that there are many who are ready to hear. There are many who are ready to hear of the peacekeeper's desire for love and peace and how to bring that into fruition. There are many who desire to hear what the wisdom bringers have to say because your voice and your frequency will reach their ears and their hearts. Mm. Many have come before me, and I did not know them. For they spoke of me, but they did not embrace me. They said they knew me, but they did not. For if they knew me, they would not speak words of hatred and condemnation. If they knew me, they would know that I am the bringer of peace. There are many who speak words of righteousness and are quick to cast stones at others. I tell you that they shall reap what it is that they sow. Do not pretend to know me unless you seek my counsel. I am the way. I come now before you to share the words of wisdom, of truth, and of love, in the glory of the one true God, which is both within and without. To let you know that the time is now upon you. It is now upon humanity. The works that you do now are the seeds of the tree that will grow and bear the fruit by which you will be judged. Many are torn because they seek the truth within them, and yet religious doctrines say that to seek God within without a clergy member is blasphemy. It is not. I am that which is, that dwells within all. You are looking for me. And when you look for me, you are not looking for me inside of you. I am the me that dwells within you. If you will water me, if you will say hello, if you will simply reach out, then I will be there. I will share. Do not fear. Do not fear anything, for fear is an illusion that keeps you bound to a reality that limits who you are, that keeps you from rising above the muck and mire of the quicksand that this reality has created. It has been said before that what has been done in my name, so too shall you do. For we are brothers and sisters. We are all connected to the same God source, to the same Father, to the same Creator. That which dwells within you is the source of all beings in all places, on all planets, in all galaxies, in this universe. Do not fear, but seek me within you. Close your eyes and simply say, "Hello, me. How are you? Hello, me. I see you. I am the me that dwells within." You do not have to belong to any religion in order to know me. The living word is not in a book. The living word is within you. It is that divine spark within you. Seek me within, and you will find me. Be sovereign unto yourselves, and you will be sovereign unto me. Know ye no other gods before me means the me that is within you. When you find me within you, you will be incapable of hurting one another. When you find me within you, You will be incapable of wrong words, of throwing stones, of judging. Those who claim to be righteous will have their rewards. But sovereignty, those who are sovereign unto me, shall share their lives with me. There is so much more to who you are than you now know, but you can feel it inside of you. You can feel it growing. If you want to move the mountains, if you want to say, mountain, move from there to here, then you must know me. You must know me within you. If you want to heal the sick and the oppressed, then you must know me. You must know me within you. You must know that there is no separation. And it is simple. All you have to do is to say hello and ask a question. Hello, me. How are you? Hello, me. What will you share with me today? Hello, me. Will you please help me to understand who I am? That is all that there is to it. And then pay attention to what I say. And if you do not hear my voice within you, then I will send the angels to you to share that word. It might be a stranger that passes you on the street that says something that will be the answer to your question. You may turn the channel one day, and what the person says on the television will be the answer to your question. I will send it in threes, as always. Seek not that which is without, but always within. For when you seek without yourself, you allow yourself to be in a position of vulnerability to those who will tell you who you are and what to do. Just because they sound like they know what they're saying does not mean that they do. And it definitely doesn't mean that it comes from the me within you. These things I say to you now. Pray with your heart. Meditate for your mind. Meditation quiets the mind. Praying relieves the heart of its burdens. As you pray and as you meditate, allow me to come forth and to share with you that which I am within understands. And your life will take a new form. The journey will begin anew. I go now in peace. Selah. um, I did not know that that was going to happen. So I will review this later and maybe add something more in the description box. And I'm not even sure if the audio came through okay. Um, good morning. Uh, so the gist of that is to say to stop looking for your answers from everybody outside of yourself. You can look for guidance and seek understanding with those who have had their experiences already. But please always remember, when you receive guidance or readings, or you read a book, or you watch a YouTube video, those are all coming from a human being's perspective. And we all have different perspectives. So when I get information, that information filters down through my conscious mind. And so it has a, a bit of my perception in it, and how I see things and feel things and understand things. When you read the Bible, that Bible was written by human beings who had a perception, who thought of things and felt things in a particular way. It does not make it false. It just means that it's from a specific perception. The same with the Quran or the scrolls, anything. It had to be, in order for it to be written down, it had to have come through a human's consciousness. And when that happens, the information is always flavored by that person who received that information. So when you seek answers and to find understanding of what is happening to you and in your life, always be discerning by feeling it inside of yourself and how it matches up with your experiences and what you're seeking to understand. The pitfall in seeking answers from somebody else is that you limit your growth, your own personal spiritual growth, because we all have the ability to get those answers from within ourselves. So the best way, probably, to become stronger and more secure and more comfortable with getting your own answers, is to find somebody who will help you to learn how to look for those things within yourself. Somebody who will be there to guide you while you learn to trust yourself and your information. Getting readings is good, but it's like somebody bringing you dinner tonight, and then tomorrow night you don't have dinner. So when you learn how to make your own dinner, how it's then you always have something to eat. It's like, don't don't give a village dinner or food for a week. Teach them instead how to fish, so that they will always be able to provide for themselves. So and I would like to offer myself and my services to those who need that little extra guidance to understand their messages and to develop trust in yourself and where your information is coming from. I remember when I first started getting my information, and I'm a writer. I love writing. I like the way the pen or the pencil feels on paper. It's a very soothing feeling for me. And so when I first started getting my information, I would write down that information. It was like I was taking dictation. And after about 3 or 4 pages, sometimes I made it up to, 13 or 15 pages. That wasn't very often because I would get tired, but I would have this little bit of information and I didn't understand. This is back in the mid 90s, and I didn't understand half of what was written. Words like Mundi, Mundi, and Kemmer, and I just, there was all these different words that I was getting as I was doing this dictation, and the dictation was from thoughts that were in my head. Like when you're washing the dishes and you just have a thought that passes through your head? Well, I would pay attention to those thoughts and I would write them down. And because they didn't sound like my own thoughts, right? Your own thought about what you're going to have for dinner or what you're going to wear for work tomorrow sounds very different than the thoughts that pass through your head while you're washing dishes or working on the car or mowing the lawn or taking the dog for a walk. Those thoughts that come in those moments have a very different feeling to them. I would take dictation and then we didn't have the internet like we do today back in the mid 90s. And so I would go to the libraries. I went to the public library, and when I couldn't find the information there, I went to the college libraries and looked for all this information to find out if I was going crazy. Um, I really was concerned for a moment in time that I was losing my sanity. But I found that everything I had written was written down somewhere else. It was in a book or a map or something. And so Kemer is an Egyptian word. I think it means black earth or something like that. And Mundi had something to do with the world. My whole point is, and that's information that I got way, way, way back. And so I don't remember all of it. I have it written down somewhere, but it takes a while to um, become comfortable with that information if you're doing it all on your own. When you are in communion with other people, whether it's me or a community of like minded people, you get to bounce those thoughts and those ideas back and forth. And when you speak it out loud, it helps it to settle in a little bit more and not make you feel so crazy. And then other people get to express their ideas and their thoughts on it, and it opens doors for them as well. So I'm going to sum this up. And so the key points is that everything that is happening is in divine will. It's all good. It's all fine. There's always chaos before there's order. So when you stir, you have a pond of mucky, icky water that's been there for decades and decades, and people have thrown all their garbage into that pond. And if you want to clean it out, you have to drain all that water out, or you have to stir up the muck. So what has been happening over the last several years is that water has been stirred up. So all of that garbage and stuff that was at the bottom of it has come up to the top, and it's happening in people's lives as well. And so what has been asked of us is to look at that. So if your garbage comes up, look at it and decide whether or not you want to keep it. It's as simple as that. Whatever is coming up in your life, look at it and decide whether or not you want to keep it. And if you want to understand why it's in your life, then obviously you want to keep it. But you don't have to. There may be some things for some people that will feel very important, that it may be a childhood trauma or family karma. Um, some may look at it as ancestral karma. Those things may feel important for you to look at and to understand. If it feels important, then keep it and look at it and understand it before you decide whether or not you want to hold on to it or let it go. But you cannot start over new when you have a whole pile of garbage sitting in your pond. You have to get rid of that garbage. And so that's what's been happening all around the world, that where truth is being exposed, lies that have been perpetrated, whether it's in a political setting or your personal lives. All of it is happening so that we can look at what's there and decide whether or not we want to keep it. I personally am letting it all go because I envision a beautiful garden and a beautiful lawn and no garbage. Uh, okay, so it's all in divine will, and sometimes it can be painful and it can be chaotic. But as human beings, we grow through our painful experiences. If we did not have those painful, chaotic moments, we would remain complacent. And you cannot evolve spiritually if you are in a space of complacency. So take a deep breath with whatever might be going on in life and in the political arena and around the world. Take a deep breath and know that it's all in divine order so that humanity will be able to continue to grow spiritually and to raise their consciousness. So everything in divine will. And number two, that seeking the creator outside of you is selling yourself short, because that creator dwells within you. A good exercise, a good exercise to begin to feel the creator within you is that when you are having a conversation with someone, you are watching me right now on YouTube. Imagine that it is you talking to you. I am so serious. Imagine that you are watching yourself talking to yourself right now. And when you sit down to have coffee or lunch with somebody and you are in a conversation, just imagine that you are having coffee with yourself. You are having a conversation with yourself. And the more that you do that, the easier it will be to begin to feel the me that is within you. We are all simply mirrors for each other. I'm mirroring back to you. It is so important to learn how to listen to yourself, to your guidance system. Okay, and with that, unless there are any questions, I am going to say ta-ta. So Um, okay, I'm not sure how long this has gone on for, but uh, if you have any suggestions or recommendations for future live streams, I would really welcome hearing them. Um, Let me say that I'm still really nervous about this. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I don't know how long the live streams are going to continue to go on, but it's something that I have been tapped on the shoulder to do for a couple of years now. And so I recently realized that I really needed to do it. So this is just me getting my feet wet. I don't know where it's going to go from here. I'm relinquishing control and just trying to go with the flow. Oh, I like that. It rhymes. All right. Love you all very much, and thank you all for being here. Thank you, Ella. And don't forget, if you have any recommendations, please share. Make my life a little bit easier and take some of my nervousness away. Love you all.